Hello, my friends. It's Jory with The Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and transformational coach, here with an August energy report and guidance. Speaking of transformation, my goodness, we have 8 energy this month and 8 energy all year. That's a lot of transformation, a lot, and we're going to go into that a little bit more. We also have 7 energy this month. Our energies are 8 and 7. Why? Because 2024 adds up to 8. And when you add the 8 of 2024 plus the 8 of August, you get 16. When you add 1 plus 6 of 16, you get 7. So we have 8 and 7. And this is such a powerful combination. This is such an important, balanced combination that I want to go into. We went into this transition, this 7 to 8, last December as we moved from a 7-year into an 8-year. And I did a very significant live stream explaining the power of 7, the reason we need to tap into the 7 before we move into the 8. And so now we've got 7 and 8 working in tandem, working in harmony, hopefully. And I'm just so happy to be on, guys. I wasn't here last month. I took a rest. We had a lot of recharge energy last month, but with the 8 energy this month, it's back to work. It's making things happen. It's taking control. It's setting goals. There's some funky astrology, but we're going to focus mostly on the numerology. I actually was guided to bring up my notes from last December when we talked about 7 and 8, so I can use my little diagram. The 7 energy is the mystic. It is intuitive. It is receptive. It is stillness. It is just being. It is connecting with nature, connecting with your intuition. It is the faith seeker. It's meditation, detoxification, the intellect, analyzing. 8 energy is very masculine. It's action-based. It's goal-oriented. It's taking control. It's about power, and it's about mastery and authority. The 8 energy is the material world, but it's also master of the material world because it's mastered the spiritual world. It understands that you need to master the spiritual world before you can create in the physical realm. Yay, Linda, hi. So I'm going to just go back to my notes to remind you guys that I was shown last year that we need the foundation of the 7 to manifest with the 8. So the 7 is the antenna. 7 is raising that antenna, getting still, getting quiet, tuning in so you can receive. That's that feminine energy, that receptive energy. You need to get still and receive inspiration from your higher self. And once you have that inspiration from your higher self, you then take that inspiration and you act upon it. You thrust your action out into the physical world. That's the masculine energy. Feminine receives, masculine takes the action and thrusts out into the world. So we all, hopefully after last year, hi Yvette, so good to see you. We all, after last year, hopefully have mastered the 7 energy of getting still, getting quiet, tuning in, recognizing when our higher selves are speaking to us, knowing how to dial in by getting quiet and listening to those intuitive whispers. Tuning in, am I acting out of inspiration, or does this feel like anxiety and therefore I'm acting out of desperation? Receiving that inspiration and then taking action. That is the lesson of August. We do have Mercury retrograde, which throws a little bit of a wrench in our mental clarity. I'm not going to lie, it's coming up. I think it's tomorrow. But I've already been feeling the retro shade, which is bringing a lot of nostalgic flashbacks and memories from the past, people from the past reuniting or making plans with people from the past. But 7 energy is very reflective. So you may be feeling that you may be experiencing a lot of reflecting on the past. And you can use that to your advantage by reflecting on the past before you take action towards your future. Because that 7 wants to reflect and that 8 wants to plan out its entire future, guys. It wants to set a goal long term and get strategic. But we don't want to force an outcome. And because 8 loves action, it wants to just move, push the noodle. It wants to move things along. It wants to just say, this is what we're going to do. And you all know, when man makes plans, God laughs. So it's not, this is the way it is. This is like the wounded masculine. We're going to go do this. We're going to force this action. We're going to make this happen. No, we're going to tune in first. We're going to tune into the feminine. We all have feminine and masculine inside of us. This is about balancing our inner masculine and feminine energies so they work together. We're going to tune in with our 7 energy, with our feminine energy, and we're going to receive insights, inspirations, and ideas in this now moment so that we can take action, one action at a time. Inspiration, action, then the next inspiration, then action. It's the GPS. It's the internal GPS that's saying, do this, turn left. Okay, now you've done it. Now you get another instruction, turn right. So I know you guys, we've been together for years, that you are working on this or have really shaped your intuition and understand how it feels when you're clear and when it's a gut feeling versus when it is anxiety. And it hits you in a different place in your stomach. It's like a lower stomach gut feeling is your intuition, and that upper, more anxious feeling, like that is, like I said, desperation and anxiety. But I've given you tools to work with. If you're not used to feeling it in your body, you have pendulums. I still have those on my website, theblissfulknowing.com. Those can give you yes or no answers, and you have my cards, most of you do, to work with. This is such a good time to tune in. You want to tune in because you're going to want to take action. And with the retrograde, we really want to be careful because retrograde is really a backwards motion. So we have a lot of push-pull energies, which can be tricky. It's almost like they cancel each other out, and it's a little bit of stagnation, stalemate. It's like I want to take action, but I feel like I need to go back and reflect before I take the action. So we may feel that we can't really move forward until after retrograde. Hi, Susan, which is at the end of the month. I want to say it's August 29th. So really use this time to reflect on what action you want to take, to reflect on what goals you have long-term for yourself. And that really comes from what you value. I don't push goals so much as focusing on what you value. When you focus on what you value, you're inviting what you value to show up in your life. It's a more general approach, and it's a more aligned approach than just making 3D reality goals, material world goals. It's what is important to me. Let me reflect on what is important to me, and then life will inspire me to take action in the direction that's going to lead me to more of what I value. That is what I'm hearing right now, and it's so important. Stay focused on what you value. If you don't know what you value, learn your numerology and your astrology, and I can help you with that, because that's going to give you a much more specific idea of what you're here to experience in this specific lifetime. Susan, so cute. So we're going to focus on what we value. We're going to tune in, and we're only going to take action if we feel completely inspired. We're not going to act out of desperation. We're not going to try to force an outcome, and we're not just going to spin our wheels. We're not going to take action for the sake of action. We're going to tune in. I don't know if you can hear in my voice, but it's very grounded in the 8 energy, but it's also very tranquil in the 7 Zen, neutrally observing. It is a more serious combination of energies. It is less about romance and fun, which we had a lot of that in May and June and July. It is more, I'm going to seriously think about my future and what I value, and I'm only going to take action if I'm inspired. And I'm going to do a lot of reflecting on my past in order to get clarity on my future. Yay, Sandy, I was going to tag you. I'm so glad you're here. I get a little perky when my whole family comes on, guys. I go into Zen, serious, and then I go into perk when my family comes on. Hi, guys. You're all my family, my tribe. So that is what I'm hearing as our main focus. I will also say that 7, because it's detox, and 8, action and taking control of your life and taking your power back. Where can you take control in order to detoxify your life? What can you how can you take action to remove what's toxic in your life? What's no longer serving? What's not feeling healthy? What's feeling like you've just outgrown it, you've expanded beyond it, you're just ready to let it go. We have a lot more letting go energy coming up. This isn't really about letting go as much as it is detoxification and purification. Also, on a lighter note, and I'm trying to perk up and be lighter even though there's so much serious 8 energy, it could just be that the 8 is making plans for the 7 to get some rejuvenation and recharge and retreat, which is happening for me. I'm so excited. But 7 needs nature, 7 needs water, 7 needs tranquility. It needs downtime. And 8 might be saying, let's make a plan to make sure we're getting that downtime. A little bit tricky sometimes with retrograde. You have to kind of be flexible. Sometimes travel things get a little crazy, but even if it's just, I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my day to meditate. That is the same combination of setting a goal of 8 to find your tranquility and your recharge and your connection to spirit, which is 7. Again, those of you that have my card decks, this is such a good time to pull them out. I know a lot of you use them every day like I do, but if you don't and they're getting dusty, this is the time to pull them out. It's spiritual energy. I want to remind you that all of my decks are also available for a free trial, a 3-day free trial on Deckable, the app, Deckible. I'm going to try to link everything for you guys, but you can also download all of my decks instantly, digitally, work with the app, which also offers meditation and journaling, which 7 energy is also about. So maybe that's part of your reflection time this month is journaling. Journaling outside is even better. But we're gonna rest up, but we're also gonna take action when we feel inspired. 7 wants to just be, and 8 wants to just do. 7 wants clarity, 8 wants to take action on that clarity. So that's where we are at, guys. I think that's all that's coming through at the moment for 7 and 8. Oh no, I spoke too soon. They want me to talk about what the power of the 8 is, because we are in an 8 month of an 8 year. August is the 8th month of 2024, which adds up to 8. We're about to go into Lionsgate, which is 8-8. So we're going to have triple 8 energy. And I didn't even talk about Leo season being the heart, being shining, being authentically speaking your heart, and being, it's self-expression, Leo. It's confidence, it's courage, it's love, generosity. It can go ego. The 8 can go power hungry. The 8 can go angry, and the 7 can get irritated. So keep that in mind if you're feeling some of the shadow effects of feeling irritated and angry. That's the 7 and the 8. But the beauty of 7 is it can be so tranquil and zen when it's finding that inner peace. So let's shoot for that so that we don't get angry, because we're balanced. It gets a little feisty. So I'm going to remind you guys that the 8 energy is mastery between the spiritual world and the physical world. The upper circle of the 8 represents the spiritual non-physical world, our higher self. The lower circle of the 8 represents the material world, the physical world, our physical bodies, what we create in the physical. And as you see, we need this connection right here. We need the energy to flow in a loop. If we pinch ourselves off from our higher self, if we do not connect to our higher self and receive the inspiration, we're just banging into things in the physical world. We're creating a loop of reality that we don't like. We're just stuck in the loop, in the victim mentality. 8 can go victim, 8 can go powerless, or on the flip side of the coin of 8 goes abundant and powerful empowerment. So we want to stay in our power, but we need to be tuned in. We need this flow. We cannot pinch ourselves off here. We need to stay with the feedback loop where we're living our physical reality, sending feedback to our higher selves automatically, not even consciously. And then our higher self is sending information back down into our physical self by us raising our antenna. Okay, so this is our antenna here. Raise the antenna and receive from the higher self down, and then take the physical action based on what you receive. This is called mastery. This is why 8 is mastery. It's working both the spiritual realm and the physical realm, the left brain and the right brain. You see that? Can you read that, guys? The left brain is, the right brain is the receiver, is the feminine, and the left brain is the masculine, which takes the action, the thinker, the doer. So, balance point connection. 8 is the number of balance. We need to balance our receptivity, our feminine energy, with our action, our masculine energy. Both need to work in tandem so that they're balanced. If one of these circles is bigger than the other, it's going to tip. It's got to be equal. They both serve a massive purpose. Because if not, we might as well just stay in non-physical, right? But it's the difference between creating a heavenly life and a life you prefer and a hellish life where you're stuck in so attached to the physical realm and the what isness of life, and you're losing your connection to your spirit, your soul's mission, that you're seeing through the eyes of the lower self instead of seeing through the eyes of the higher self, which is the enlightened self, which is unconditionally loving self, which is the inspired self that wants to expand and evolve and will give you the tools to do so. Okay, let's see if anything else comes through. I'm going to switch over to cards. Tell me how you're all doing, my friends. It's so good to see you. I feel like my whole voice is down an octave because the energy is so grounded with double 8. And we had a new moon in Leo, so if you know where Leo is in your chart, it happens to be in my 8th house, so there's more 8 energy for me. Where is 12 degrees? I believe it's 12 degrees of Leo. Where is 12 degrees of Leo in your astrological chart? There's a new beginning there. New moon, new beginning, but we are going into retrograde. And there's some other strange things going on in the astrology, but I'm not even going there. It was a really beautiful new moon. I believe it was sextile Jupiter and Mars with no negative aspects, which is so great. But again, I think that's right. I didn't do a lot of astrology research for today. I really was just inspired to come on. And I'm like, it's time. When it's time, I show up. And I trust that I'm going to say what I need to say, what needs to be heard for all of us. I'm going to do a little fluffy poof before we do cards. Yes, Linda's got Leo in the first house, so this is really exciting new moon for Linda. All right, we're going to do 4 cards from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards, available on theblissfulknowing.com and the Deckable app for free trial instant download. And ooh, look at that. Take a step back. How Mercury retrograde is that? We're going to do what we have, what we want, what we need, and what we get. And then we will do our blessing to remember from my beautiful Zen Blossoms cards, flowering intuition cards. And we will do our challenge to embrace from my Love is Everywhere Hearts in Nature. Follow your heart cards. Everything's a heart in nature. Challenge to embrace. Okay, 4 cards. I'm going to fan these out, I think. Make it quick. It's not really how I usually do it, but that's what I was feeling inspired to do. And we're talking about inspiration, remember? Oh, we have a 5th card, guys. I saw it sticking out. It was like, pick me. And I thought, I have to. You know what I just realized? I don't know if my pom-pom is here. Hold on. Oh, I do. It's here. I was laughing about that because if my pom-pom wasn't here, I was like, wow, these energies are serious. They don't even want me bringing the pom-pom into the live stream. And I thought, what if a really great card comes up? What am I going to do? Just cheer? Okay. Panic over pom-poms. We have 5 cards, guys, and I just want to confirm with my pendulum, which tells me yes or no. It circles for yes, and it's when I go to no, it goes back and forth. So there you go. Yes. See the circle? And no. I'm going to ask if that last card is for us and if it's for the what we get. Are you in the reading? We got a yes. I don't know if you can see that. And are you for what we get? Are there 2 cards for what we get? And we're getting yes. All right, that's fun. I'm thinking already my 8 long-term planning and strategy is like we don't have enough little card holders, but we'll just make a little, we'll share one. And then we're going to do that blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms and our challenge to embrace from the heart cards. Have you guys tried Deckable? I know some of you are loving it as much as I am. I use it pretty much every day. Okay. Talk to me, my friends. Talk to me. I'm just going to do one more. I feel like I just need, this is my antenna, so. All right, we're good. We're getting shiny, like Leo's sun. We're getting shiny. Leo is ruled by the sun. It's inner child, it's nostalgia, it's romance, it's heart, it's creativity, it's children, and it is roar. That's why I needed to poof. I needed my lion's mane, you guys. That's what I needed. All right. And with my Leo 8th house, I shine when I'm doing things like this, because it can be about occult things, the 8th house. And that's kind of a weird term for me. I don't think of this as a cult, but psychological, transformational things. And that's what I do as a coach. And the 8, they're just telling me to remind you guys that the reason why 8 is transformation and it's our theme all year is because 8 transforms what's non-physical into the physical. It transforms the unseen into the seen, the untouchable into the touchable, the unmaterialized into the materialized by slowing down the frequency of it, but we don't need to go there. Okay, we're getting dramatic. Leo is also dramatic. Are you guys starting to get an idea now of why I am the way I am in these live streams? Haha. Okay, what we have from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. Let me get set up for display. Oh no, pom-pom fell. I feel like my voice is so, you guys notice that my voice is like such a low octave. It's so 8 and grounded. Sometimes 8 feels like we have bricks on our feet. It's so grounded. But again, 7's like, raise your antenna, raise it up. See that Pilates arm? It's getting better. All right. What we have? Ooh, I could feel we needed a pom-pom, guys. And now I know why. This is delish. This is making me so happy. New horizons. We have new horizons. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. A chapter is ending and positive changes are on the horizon. Find freedom in releasing the past and living in the now. Let go of anything that is weighing you down. It's time to start fresh. Welcome this new phase of your life and look forward to exploring new and exciting experience. This makes me think of that 7, which is saying, let's detoxify anything that is not good for us anymore so we can start fresh, so we can start clear, so we can start anew. Again, we're still reflecting on the past. So this is saying that the new is coming, but I personally feel so much the new horizons is what we have. Like for my life, absolutely. We're letting go of the past. There's a lot of healing energy too that we were working with in July and we are still working with in August. I didn't mention this and they want me to talk about this. So we have that 8 energy of 2024 that we're adding also with the 8 energy of August, which gives us 16, which is a karmic debt number. And it really is about creating a spiritual basis for yourself. Your faith, if you feel like your faith is tested, it's really strengthening your faith. And that's what all of my tools can help you to do. But when you look at the numbers 1 and 6, 16, 1 is the self. 6 is healing and 6 is love. So we are returning to a place of loving ourselves. If we lost track of that, maybe we got caught up in everybody else because we had energies of giving out our heart to others. But also 1 and 6, self, 6 is healing. And so we're healing ourselves by giving love to ourselves. Healing ourselves by giving love to ourselves. And the 7 energy has a quality of detachment to it. Detox and detachment. It can be a little bit aloof. It can be a little bit of an emotional hermit. It's because it's time to go in. It's time to go in and bring that love that we were putting out and full circle back to our hearts. Give it back to ourselves. Recharge. Rejuvenate. Contemplate where you haven't been loving yourself. And let part of our new horizons be that we are stepping more fully into loving ourselves and therefore healing ourselves. That's what just came through. And I'm so glad they touched on the 16 because I had been getting that all day and it just, divine timing, this card inspired me again, taking inspiration in the moment. I hadn't mentioned any of that individual 1 and 6 for the 16. Okay, we have new horizons. Isn't that great? Love it. What we want. Ooh, I need the pom-pom. It's just too perfect. I feel like I just need to just like swing the pom-pom rather than shake it because it's just so perfect. It's not like super juicy, but it's perfect. We want to trust the timing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Here we are. We're just about to go into retrograde, which brings things backwards. But yet the energies of 8 month and then 8 year want to move things forward. But yet the 7 energy wants to just stay still and maybe even reflect on the past and the future. So it's a little bit of a, right? We need to trust the timing. We need to trust that everything will organically play out exactly how it's supposed to, when it's supposed to happen, and that we will always know what we need to know when we need to know it. Why? Because we are tuned in. Our antennas are up. Our antennas are up. We are receiving in the moment guidance, which means we will always know exactly what we need to know in the moment when we need to know it. Now, I just got a total, speaking of needing to know when you need to know it, getting the information, I just got a totally different download of something else I need to talk about with the 7 and the 8 before I even read this card. You know how it is, flowing. This month in August is such a good time to do an emotional closet cleaning session. If you've been wanting to do one with me or if you have never heard of it, this is such a good time because it's taking control of your life so you can hear your inner guidance. And if you've been weighed down with a backpack of bricks, heavy thoughts, heavy beliefs, fear-based realities, fear-based or subconsciously fear, you have subconscious beliefs that are fear-based. If your reality is not looking like you prefer, we need to clear it out. We need to clear it out. And when you learn the technique of the emotional closet cleaning, that teaches you to raise your antenna. In fact, it is a guide step by step to raising your antenna. So by the time we're done with the emotional closet cleaning session, your antenna is fully up and you know what it feels like to have it up. You have received full clarity. It's totally operating. And then you know moving forward exactly how to raise your antenna always. Because you're not going to get that clarity if you are in victim mentality, if you're in fear, if you're in lack, if you're in vulnerability, if you're in insecurity, unworthiness, anger, frustration. You're not going to get the clarity because what's going to happen is your antenna is going to be like this and you're going to get static. Or it's going to be like this and you're going to hear some words, but you're not going to be able to make sense of it. You're going to be swimming in the pool of negativity and your ears are going to be clogged. And so any higher self that's talking to you, you're going to hear wah, 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 nothing. So you've got to learn to detoxify your life. Like I said, purify your frequency, clear out the fear, clear out the uncertainty so that you can be in receptive mode. Okay, so emotional closet cleaning session, theblissfulknowing.com. You do need to have at least one session with me in advance beforehand, but that is something to consider if you feel like you're not tuned into your higher self, if you're super unclear, if you're super confused about your path forward. Okay, so trust the timing. Cheryl says, I'm purging things like crazy. There you go. When we come across delays or blocks along our paths, we are given the opportunity to trust the process of life. Like a flower bud contently waiting to bloom, you are being invited to relax in the knowing that divine timing is always at work. Patiently allow this situation to unfold gradually. All will make sense in time. I see the word delays and I think of Mercury retrograde, and I see the word blocks and I think about emotional closet cleaning. We literally remove, from an energetic standpoint, the blocks in your life, the subconscious limited belief blocks that are in your way. You can't see a way forward. You are confused. You are not clear. You feel stuck. You feel scared. You feel overwhelmed. You feel vulnerable. You feel disempowered. We could go on and on and on. So we want to trust the timing. If numerology has explained anything to me, it is that there is a divine timing to life. There's a season for everything, and there's a divine intelligence that's orchestrated. You need the 7 before the 8. You need the winter before the spring. You need the spring before the summer. You need, it all makes sense. You need the 7 antenna up before you can take action to manifest the life you prefer. So we are going to trust the timing. We're going to tune in, and if our guidance says, just be still, don't take action right now, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until our antenna says it's go time. And that was how my week was with this live stream. I kept thinking, I'm going to try to go live today. Nope. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. Nope. Okay. Today it's go time. It's go time. And so here I am, happily. Great to see all of my tribe. Okay, so what we need, here's our advice card, guys. It's too good. It's a little bit of a cardgasm, not gonna lie. Hitting the C spot. Oh my God, yes, I just said that. Such an 8th house joke. Okay, if you know, you know. So, what do we need? Seek stillness. Of course, we need to seek stillness. We have 7 energy, which is the energy of stillness. Of course. And overthinking. A mind filled with thoughts can create anxiety and tension. The simple act of deep, focused breathing can return you to a state of peace and tranquility. Practice the art of stillness by learning to quiet the thinking mind and notice the instant benefits of finding your center. It's the meditation card. It's getting out in nature card. It's going within card. It's consulting your higher self card. Seek stillness. I still meditate every single morning for 20 minutes every morning. And I do my emotional closet cleaning technique anytime I don't feel like my best in the morning. Before I do anything else, before I turn my phone off of airplane mode, I want to be in the highest vibration possible every day to smooth out the wrinkles of my day so that I align with the highest possible experiences and timelines throughout my day. That's what I'm here to teach you guys so that we can create the highest possible timeline as a collective for the earth. Seek stillness is what we need, guys. Get quiet. Don't get crazy busy with the 8 wanting to take action and then end up spinning your wheels and exhausting yourself. 7 says recharge. 7 says we need to fill up our gas tank. And 8's like, we have this destination, this long-term goal. I know, 8 says, here's where I want to go. And 7 says, well, you can't go there on an empty tank. And that goes back to the 16, 1 self, 6 love. It's an act of love to recharge. It's an act of love to rejuvenate. It's an act of love to yourself to seek stillness and align with the highest possible frequency every day before you start your day and before you start taking your action. So tune in with the cards, meditate, do the emotional closet cleaning technique, which I will teach you in the session, which is such a transformative, healing, incredibly powerful session. It's my big kahuna. It's the most mind-blowing. The whole thing blows my mind every time I do it because we find so much that's buried in the subconscious that we're like, wow, who knew all that was under there? It's like an archaeological dig. So we need to seek stillness. We just need to stay calm. We don't want to get caught up in overthinking. We don't want to get caught up in anxiety. We need to stay calm in a state of neutral observing and tuning in, antennas up. Antennas up. I feel like I need to make a t-shirt or a hat. Antennas up. Maybe a poofalicious on the back of the t-shirt. Time to poof. Poofing is manifesting, but we can't manifest the reality we prefer unless we receive that inspiration from our upward antennas, our working antennas. Are we all receiving? All right, guys, what we get, 2 cards for what we get from this deck. Oh my God. I want to flip both, but I have to show you this first. Look, guys. Trust your intuition. There it is. Oh my God. Trust your intuition. There it is. I'm reading Susan's hilarious comment. Tune in, poof up. I love that so much. That's a t-shirt. Tune in, poof up. Poof it up, guys. Poof up the frequency and poof up your reality. I love it. Trust your intuition. This is what we get. And we're going to see the second card in case they have a message that's collective between the 2 of them. Oh my God, I love it. Mission accomplished. Ah. Okay, let me read Trust Your Intuition first. Each of us is born with an internal guidance system that gently leads us in the direction of our desires. Learn to recognize and trust your inner voice. The more you consult and trust your intuition, the smoother your life will flow. Ask yourself if you have been ignoring or disregarding your gut feelings and instincts. It's time to pay closer attention to the subtle messages your higher self is offering you. This is the time. It's always the time. Trust your intuition. This is the time where you may be able to sense and tune into your intuition more clearly, because it's the 7 energy of the mystic, of the antenna, of receptivity. So let me just put this on here for now, and then we're going to go to our second card for what we get, which is just so poofalish in itself. Congratulations are in order. You have come so far and learned so much. Hold on. This one deserves a full poof. A full lion's mane antenna poof. Congratulations are in order. You have come so far and learned so much. Take some time to reflect back on all you have become. Now that you have made such beautiful progress, it's time to take things to the next level. Although a cycle is now complete, a new chapter awaits you with open arms. Give yourself the credit you deserve for all of your growth and carry this newly found confidence with you always. Oh my gosh, that's that self-love piece at the end there, carrying the newfound confidence. Give yourself credit for all of your growth. New horizons, but trust the timing of this new chapter. It's coming, but tune in and receive. You can tap into the new chapter, but it might not be time to take action just yet, because we're trusting the timing. We're seeking stillness. Mission accomplished. Oh my gosh, that feels so good for what we get. Next level, guys, leveling up, transformation with the 8 energy and the Lion's Gate. That is what I'm feeling when we get this mission accomplished. We're moving through this portal. I think somebody called it the Galactic New Year. But we're moving through. So that's the new horizons and leaving the old behind and starting a whole new higher level chapter. Really manifesting from our power to create this next level and ascending into it. Okay. Blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms. Here we go. Oh, expression. How Leo-like. Leo, self-expression, creative expression. Leo, high Lion's Gate. Mercury is the planet of communication. It is going direct. So there may be some communication snafus, is the industry term, I believe. But we still want to always make sure that we're speaking our truth from an authentic place as best we can, and that we are having the conversations that we need to have that are going to help us heal. So expression, if you see here, right here, there's a heart. It's like a calligraphy inside this. I think it's a Martha Washington geranium. And so the reason why I picked expression is it felt like watercolors and it felt like calligraphy. So it was like this somebody had expressed onto this canvas, with watercolor and calligraphy. So this is our blessing to remember card, which is that we have every right as authentic beings to speak our truth, to live our truth from an authentic place. And so a lot of people have clogged throat chakras because they have been taught, like the feminine has been taught to suppress its voice. We need to stand up and live our truth as our authentic selves, express who we are. Leo says, crank up your dimmer switch and shine in the fullness of who you are as bright as you can. So please know that you have permission to be you, and that the only you should be being is you. You can't really be anybody else, but you can shrink yourself and dim your light. And that aligns with, that naturally creates speaking your truth, because when you're living in authenticity, then anything that's going to come out of you as an act of self-expression is going to be from the authentic place. So permission to express your authentic self. Hi, Rebecca. permission to crank up your dimmer switch. Do not dim your light. Shine like the sun, which is the ruler of Leo. Shine like the sun. Express your fullest, most authentic self. Operate at your true core frequency. How do you do that? You learn what it's like to live in alignment with your higher self. We do that in the emotional closet cleaning. If you don't feel like your dimmer switch is cranked up to full shine, then that means there are beliefs that are limiting beliefs in your subconscious, or maybe even their conscious beliefs that are holding you back from their fear-based beliefs that are holding you back from being your true self. And we all need to be our authentic selves. That's what we came here to be. When we are living the true shape of who we are, when we are in our full puzzle piece shape that we came here to be, that's when we truly fit in the puzzle of humanity. Okay, challenge to embrace. Here we go. Ooh, rise. Oh my gosh, guess what, guys? The first thought, and my pillow is sliding down, and I'm like, speaking of rise, let's raise up. Raise your antenna, guys. Challenge to embrace is rise. This is about rising above challenges, because here we have a hard water spot on this geranium, another geranium. And this petal has risen above the hard times, risen above the challenges. How do you do that? By clearing out all the crap, by doing the emotional closet cleaning technique, by tuning in, quieting down, quieting all the negative voices in your head and raising your antenna up, getting still. So challenge to embrace is raise your antenna and raise your frequency. Raise your antenna by meditating, getting quiet, working with the cards, communing with nature, being in water, being near water, and rise above your challenges by clearing out, detoxifying your life from toxic beliefs that you're holding on to. I can help you with that. And by doing that, you automatically raise your antenna. They go hand in hand. As you raise your frequency, you raise your antenna. As you raise your frequency, you rise above challenges. That's how it works. I'm here to teach you the magic if you don't know. If you know, you know. Shake a pom-pom if you know. So that's our challenge to embrace. I love this so much. It all makes so much sense to me. Please, guys, say hi if you're watching the replay. And I'm going to link my website, theblissfulknowing.com, below. The cards are there. My sessions, my private sessions are there. The closet cleaning sessions are there. The pendulums are there, so you can ask yes or no like I just did. Everything is there. One-stop shop for feeling good and raising your frequency. Please, like I said, say hi so I can say hi back. I love to hear from you. You are my tribe. You are my family. I adore all of you guys, and I can't wait to read your comments. I also have a YouTube channel that is just my backup channel, so I will be uploading this to YouTube. I will link my YouTube channel below. I appreciate if you guys could subscribe to that just so you can have a backup place. We never know what's going to be with Facebook. It's good to have another place that I can go live in the future. And the great thing about watching on YouTube is you can like do a little shrink screen and still have me playing and doing other things on your phone. You're not committed to Facebook like this. Anyway, great to see you all. I'm so excited to see who's all here and who's all commenting. I really appreciate your comments, likes, and shares, especially if you're watching the replay, because I didn't see your name, and so it's really fun to see your name come in later. I love you all. I do have availability this month for sessions, so please do reach out if you want to know my availability, but theblissfulknowing.com is where you can purchase the session. And I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.